Live Bearded Bastards podcast. Bad Blood review recap. I'm Robert Frank. I'm with Zach J. What's up, Zach?
What's up, Robert? We don't waste any time.
No, we don't waste any time. We just finished. The pay-per-view finished about 5 minutes ago. I guess they still call it a pay-per-view. I'll always call it a pay-per-view.
I call it a pay-per-view. Yeah, come
whatever. All right. So I missed the first 10, 15 minutes of the show, but as I turned it on, Drew McIntyre was making his entrance for his match with Pinko Punk in the Hell in a Cell match.
Then you're good.
So yeah, I'm good. I didn't miss anything. I don't know what they did for the first 15 minutes.
It was like a movie segment with Triple H and Cody, like they were on a secret mission with like cameras taking pictures and telling him to stake out and do recon. And he's with some rapper named Metro. Not a big deal. It's not worth talking about, to be honest with you.
All right, so let's get right into the match.
All right.
CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell. I think this is their third match. I thought CM Punk won all three of their matches, but I think you said that it was 1-1.
Yeah, they had a great, and I don't know, but there was a graphic for both of them when they came in, what their record was against each other.
Okay.
And I think they were each won a match.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's what it said.
All right. So, I mean, my notes are pretty simple. I mean, this was the best match on the show by far.
100%. Absolutely.
And I don't, you know me, I don't like Punk. I don't,
Nope.
I think he's way overrated. Has nothing to do with his political affiliation, but I just think he's like, I don't know. I liked him back in Ring of Honor. And when he made his last Ring of Honor appearance and he cried coming out to the ring, I kind of felt bad for him because like he really loved Ring of Honor. And then like, I don't know, he's not believable to me. And they announced his weight at 217. So another barely scratching 200-pounder is one of your top stars. It's just so weird.
Do you think he weighs 217?
No, he probably weighs like 197 and they give him 20 pounds.
I weigh 214 pounds right now. So
you're a shoot 214. So if you were on camera, if you were on TV, they'd announce you at like 240.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So I just have here CM Punk, Drew comes out first, looks like a fucking star, looks like $1 million. The dude is jacked. He's, dude, he just looks great.
Dude, he might be my top 1 or 2 favorite wrestlers right now. He's awesome.
Yeah, and he's got a really good moveset, and he's, he's good all around good. He's really, really good on the mic, and I didn't realize how good he was on the mic until this CM Punk feud.
Yeah,
the whole, like the way that he plays up that he's the, he's the bad guy in the feud, but he doesn't lie, and he tells like the truth, and he tells it like it is. Anyway, CM Punk. Drew McIntyre. I said Drew looks great. He's a star. Jack 217 for Punk. LOL. Within the first like 5 minutes of the match, I have that Punk was jamming a wrench into Drew's head, and he got no juice. And I was like, I don't ever remember Drew McIntyre, and I haven't watched a lot of Drew McIntyre matches. I've never, ever, ever remember him blading ever getting juice in a match.
Definitely not in the WWE, because you got to remember the era he's in. Yeah, they quit juicing and blading for a long time.
Yeah, they did.
I had a real quick thing at the beginning when Punk's entrance. I think like clobbering time shit is so fucking stupid. By the way, but go ahead. I digress.
Yeah, I had something to get the crowd involved. I think
crowd was hot.
Oh, they were super hot for this match. Anyway, I knew that they were going to put. I always thought. And Crowbar is the one that taught me this. You always want the first match of the show to be like a banger. I thought, because a couple of the indie shows that I went to that Crowbar was on, I saw that he was in the first match, and I was like, bro, why are they putting you in the first match? You go, you got to get the crowd hot, bro. I was like, oh, that's not a bad thing. He goes, no, not at all. It's a good thing to be first. You either want to be first or last.
Right.
That's what he said. So anyway, they put this match on. Punk slammed the wrench into Drew's head. He didn't get any juice, and I was like, oh, man, he's not going to juice this whole match. It's a cage match.
Well.
About 10 minutes later, things changed a little bit. So I just have here Punk juiced. Drew had a couple of scrapes on his head. I don't know if
Yeah,
he
he
was
had like
trying to gig.
I thought he had a knot, like a knot on his head.
He had
And
something going on, but there
yeah,
were some scratches on
yeah,
his
there
head
was, and his
before he
back
bladed.
was a mess. But the one thing about Punk, I know we're not a big fan, but he's good. He's good at what he does.
He is.
When he got color, like you could see when he hit the steel cage, he turned his head.
Yeah.
He actually got color exactly where his head hit. Like
Oh, yeah.
he knew where it looked. I mean, on the side, that's a pro there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know if it's WWE's cameras or if just the wrestlers being aware of where the cameras are, but it's not like AEW. You know, every time John Moxley blades,
Yeah.
you could see him going into his pocket, grabbing something, and then like going like this. The cameras just clearly show you.
It's because it's so much better ran and produced, and the cameraman, the director probably knew when it was coming or what spot to expect it, and that's why you never see it on the WWE.
Yeah. So Punk juiced, he was bleeding a little gusher. And then I wrote in my notes, I was like, there's no way Drew's blading. Oh, here we go. And I was trying to eat while this was happening, dude. When he first bladed and he looked down and the blood was spurting out of his forehead, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick.
Yeah. You sent me a text message. You like, cause I was about a minute behind you.
Yeah.
You're like, if you're eating, be careful. I'm like, why? And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And I just had, even before Drew got color, I just wrote down that Drew was beating the crap out of Punk.
Yes, he was.
And that is always a telltale sign who's going to win the match. The person that's getting the most offense through the match usually is the one who loses. So I said, this is pretty predictable. Punk is going to win. And then I said, Drew is busted open. Gusher, Crimson Mask. Punk hits the GTS. Drew rolled outside. I think Punk hit 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 GTSs in this match. And it wasn't the finish of either any of them. Drew kicked out, I think, once or twice. He
rolled out. Yeah. You still there?
Anymore.
Sorry, you froze up on me.
Oh, no, I was just saying how there were a couple of GTSs that Punk hit Drew, and Drew either rolled out of the ring or he kicked out of. So finishes are not as protected as they used to be back in the day.
Not on this pay-per-view. There was a bunch of that. I mean, but I took a few. I put these guys sell.
Oh, they sell.
I mean,
yeah.
This match. I mean,
I gave this. I mean, there's a lot more notes to get into.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I just have here. I said Punk goes for the sharpshooter. I guess the sharpshooter made Drew tap out in their I Quit match or something like. Didn't they have an I Quit match?
I don't know if it was an I Quit, but he did tap. Yeah.
Yeah, he tapped out. Drew suplex through the table. They both went through the table that was set up on the outside.
Wow, that was awesome because I forgot it was there, right? And they weren't focusing on the table like the other organizations do.
Yep.
And when they did it, I was like, I popped. I'm like, holy shit. You know, it's not like, that was great.
3 or 4 times in this match, the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
So you know that they were feeling it. They were hot for this crowd for this match. I have here Drew setting up the steps. Drew kicks out of another GTS. And then I said Punk kicks out of White Noise on the steps. I thought White Noise was a Sheamus move, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's just the name of a move and Drew borrowed it from Sheamus. But what am I missing here? Anything in between?
Well, a couple things. McIntyre took a bump when on the stairs when Punk moved.
Oh, yeah.
Hit his tailbone. I put, holy shit, Jesus. That had to hurt like a mother. I mean, he hit it hard too. It was loud. Woo.
This pay-per-view more than most ever. This is the most I've ever seen. But now that I'm aware of it, and I've always known this, but I pay more attention to the inside shit now. Anytime a big move happens or something devastating happens, you always see the referee run over and grab the guy's hand. And if the guy squeezes the ref's hand, that means I'm good. Like I'm not hurt. This way, you don't have to say, "Hey, man, are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm all right. Don't worry about me." That's their sign. He squeezes the hand if they're okay and they're not hurt. I saw that about 20 times tonight, and 10 of them in this match.
Yeah, he was checking the cuts. They at one point they brought in a towel. They panned away. I think you weren't supposed to see it.
Yeah,
they panned away, but they wiped off both their faces. They were bleeding so much.
yeah. The announcer Corey Graves played it off. He's like, "Hey, you know, the referee assisting getting the blood out of the eyes.
Yeah.
You know, whatever."
He checked on Drew McIntyre's cut too immediately.
Oh
Jesus,
yeah, because he's like, bro, I think you hit a fucking vein, dude.
Wow. And I put it like it stopped for a while, but at the end it opened back up again.
Yeah,
you start flowing again.
Well, I think they do that on purpose because eventually the blood starts to dry up anytime anyone blades, and then he's like, "Hey, bro, hit me in the head a few more times, get it gushing again." And I'm always worried about people who blade like getting a gusher like that because, dude. I mean, I pass out when I get 2 vials of blood taken.
I'm aware.
Imagine blood flowing down your fucking face in a ring where you're hot and sweaty and tired anyway. I don't even know how the hell they do it, man. It's crazy. The one time that I bladed when I backyard wrestled, bro, I passed out. It was 100 degrees, and I legit passed out. I didn't kick. I was supposed to kick out of a move. I never kicked out.
This guy's blading in the backyard wrestling with 20 people.
No, it was one of our TV tapings. There was nobody in the crowd.
Do you have video footage of any of this anywhere?
Yeah, it's on those old VHS-Cs.
Well, you can. I mean, this is totally off topic, but you need to convert that somehow so we can watch this.
I know. I think I got rid of a lot of them when I moved because I was like, when am I ever going to watch these again? But there might be a DVD floating around that I could get my hands on. Anyway,
good.
Anyway, I just have This Is Awesome chants, more This Is Awesome chants. I said, how is anybody going to follow this match? And I was thinking of the matches they had on the pay-per-view, and I was like, they're probably either going to put one of the women's matches on there, and they did. They put Bayley and Nia Jax on there. But before we get to that, I said a low blow. Drew gives up, he starts praying to Punk. He's like, please look at me.
Screwdriver. He's going to hit him with a screwdriver.
Yeah. He gives him the low blow. I said Drew is dripping with blood. and yeah, Punk wins with the GTS, wrapped the chain on his knee and did the go to sleep and pinned him. And they sold how they were both super exhausted.
Right.
Punk was falling all over the place.
I was going to say that as much as you hate him, he is a professional. Now I see why he didn't get along in the other organization. He sold being hurt until he left at a camera site, until he went backstage. He was selling the whole time. Like, that was pretty best match by far of the pay-per-view. I mean,
I'm going to give this one 5. I'm going to give this one. I would give it on the Meltzer star rating. I would give it 5 out of 5.
I would also. This was great.
Yeah, there was really nothing that was. There was no botches really. It was just
that's up next.
Great match with good psychology.
Yeah. Real quick, here's the difference between this organization and the other one. Yeah. All the stuff they did. Like even like break the tables and everything. There was one other spot later on the show it happened. No one else had color in in any of the other matches. Nope. No one went through tables. Not a lot of weapons used.
Nope.
That's why you make it special, and they did. Like it was unique to the whole show. They were the only ones who did it, and I think that's what the other organization AEW doesn't get that.
Yeah, they just want everybody to do everything all the time, and then it kind of gets watered down, and it's like, oh, who cares anymore?
Yep.
Great match. Next up, I have Bayley versus Nia Jax. I mean, we could run down all of my notes here. There's really not much to say about this match until the very end, when there was a possible cash-in of the Money in the Bank contract from Tiffany Stratton. And I can see you freezing up on me right now. Are you having internet issues, or is it me?
Am I here? You got me?
No, now you're good.
Okay.
All right. So I just have here, Samantha Irvin is so sexy. She was standing in the ring announcing them. Bayley, fat ass. Nia Jax, fat. Yeah. So it was like one fat ass and then fat. I said, Nia's wearing this bodysuit. It's so unflattering. There's got to be some other gear that she could wear where she just doesn't look like a package of hot dogs.
I mean, she looked like a fire truck with tits. She had this big red suit on, and I did have a note I made about her because a compliment.
Yeah.
I said she looks leaner. Whoops, page 2. Than Yokozuna.
Jesus.
Actually, in all defense, she did look a little bit leaner than what she has in the past, to be honest with you.
And you notice the announcers keep saying, "This is the best shape that Nia has been in. This is the best shape."
What shape is that? Round?
I guess.
She actually, in her defense, we make fun.
Yeah.
She did look like leaner than she has in the past.
I haven't seen her that much to know, but she's got a very pretty face.
She is pretty. She's a pretty girl.
Could just lose like 200 pounds, bro, she might be a catch. Right now, I don't think anybody wants to catch her.
No,
anyway, let's stop talking shit. Hey, listen, every territory needs like that type of needs your King Kong Bundy, needs your Kamalas, needs your bigger people.
Yeah.
Not everyone is gonna look like freaking Tiffany Stratton, not everyone's gonna look like Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley. Even Rhea Ripley looks she's like a little manly for me, but we'll get into her.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So a few notes, whatever. And I think Nia Jax is sloppy, not her physique, the way she works. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So many botches in this. You kind of pointed out to me, and I was really paying attention. Jesus. Bad. I mean, Bailey can work. Bailey's a good worker. Bailey knows how to wrestle.
Bailey's a good worker, and she's got a fat butt. And that's what I was getting distracted in watching this match and the other women's match later on. I just sit there. I'm like this pervert just sitting there staring at asses because I don't care about the matches. I'm not invested. No. And one thing that I want to mention about the Drew and Punk thing that I didn't say was WWE does a good job. Everybody knows wrestling's fake. Everybody knows that wrestling is a work. Everybody knows it's predetermined. Everybody knows all of that. Yeah. But for some reason, the Drew McIntyre, the story they told, the Drew McIntyre CM Punk feud felt real. You wanted, they really feel like they hate each other. Now, maybe behind the scenes, maybe they don't get along. Maybe they aren't the bestest of friends. And that's what makes the chemistry in the matches work.
Well, yep. Well, Drew McIntyre did he was doing press for the new movie he's in with Chris Van Vliet.
Okay.
And he pretty much, wasn't in character, but he kept saying how he really hated Punk. He in real life. So he kept it going. He kept the kayfabe when it comes to that.
Yeah, I guess so. But it just felt real, and you wanted to see it because you wanted to see who was actually going to win and lose the match. This match here between Bailey and Nia Jax, I didn't give two shits about this match.
No.
My notes are as follows. Starting from the top. Samantha Irvin, so sexy. Bailey, fat ass. Nia Jax, fat. Nia, bodysuit unflattering. Bailey obviously is. Bailey was like.
I have that too. I have
calling spots out loud.
You could see her. Yes, I have that too. Bailey, obvious. Wow. I have calling shots. Obviously, yep.
So blatant in front of the camera. She's like, duck the clothesline, something or other. I'm like, Jesus Christ, could you say it any louder? Said botch power bomb Hurricane Rana. They tried to do. Crowd was chanting something, but I don't know what they were chanting. They weren't chanting "This is boring," but they were chanting something that I guess they didn't give a shit about it.
Good.
More botches. Even with botches, not a bad match. I wasn't bored at all.
No,
I think it was the botches that were making me interested to see what they were going to screw up.
Waiting for more. Yeah. Even the announcers got confused by the botches because they were saying, oh no, she reversed it. They got confused. There were so many botches on who was actually supposed to be on top, or the whose move impacted who. A bunch of times they did.
And WWE announcers are good at that. Even Excalibur tries to cover up the AEW botches, but there's so many with them that you can't make up for everything.
No.
Nia Jax powerbomb on the steps. She powerbombed Bailey on the steps, tossed her into the guardrail. That was, bro, she just throws her around with no regard. And that was a complaint that people used to have about Nia Jax back in the day, is that she just hurts people.
Yeah, she just grabbed her and threw her.
And now I said both of them are loudly calling spots. Maybe the crowd was so hot that they couldn't hear each other, that they had to make it just obvious. Because there was a couple times that you saw Nia Jax's mouth moving, and she was like whispering into Bailey's ear. I had Jax pancake the referee, splattered the poor chick.
Dude, I have Nia fell on ref, and I actually popped, laughed out loud when it happened. I thought it was hilarious. Did you not?
I was like, oh man,
that was funny as hell. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that chick, that white referee, and maybe the black chick referee too. I think both of them trained to be wrestlers, so they know how to take bumps.
Yeah, but that was fun. I laughed. I thought that was pretty good.
Tiffany Stratton comes out while all the chaos. The referee is knocked out. Nia Jax sits up like the Undertaker when she finds out that she's there. Nia Jax does a second rope Samoan drop. That looks stiff as hell.
Dude, I was waiting, and the announcers, you could tell Corey Graves was nervous. He was waiting for her to fuck it up.
Oh, for sure.
He's like,
the ropes to break or something.
Whoa!
And I said she finished with her splash move, that little Yokozuna. What did Yokozuna used to call it? The bonsai bomb?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Nia Jax wins. Tiffany interfered, help distract Bailey or whatever. So that'll continue now between Nia and Tiffany, and there'll be backstage segments on how they're gonna piece up their, because obviously Tiffany was coming out to cash in. And she got busted.
Yep.
Anything else to add on that?
No, I've said everything. We're good.
Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. A little Judgment Day beef. I wrote the first thing, bro. I never zoned out of since we've been taking notes and watching wrestling. Guys, I don't think you understand, and we've talked about this before. Watching wrestling is one thing if you really, really enjoy it. Watching wrestling and taking notes makes it so unenjoyable to watch it. But we're doing this because we're giving this whole podcast review thing a little test run here to see how it does over the next couple of weeks or next couple of shows or whatever, and we'll make some assessments. But bro, taking notes throughout these freaking shows is so exhausting. And this match in particular, I had like 4 things written down.
I have 5.
And the first thing I wrote was I couldn't possibly care less about this match. What was your first thing?
Well, I have who's wrestling. I said the crowd was lukewarm. I'm not invested.
Finn Balor, great condition. I think he's 40 plus as well. I think he's either 39, 40, 41. He's somewhere like in that range.
Dude, I'm going to cut you off. And I put, if you're going to be small, look like him.
Exact. Or Pack.
Yeah, he is ripped to shreds.
Yep.
Yeah, and he looks good.
And
he can work.
He's got dense muscle too. It might be muscle maturity, but we give Orange Cassidy shit. Orange Cassidy is pretty ripped.
He's in good shape. Dude. Yes, he is. I agree.
He's in good shape, but he's about 170, where Finn, he might be 172, but he looks
he does.
Thicker.
Yeah, and I put he can work. He's good.
He's
for in-ring work, he's very good.
Did you ever see his New Japan shit when he was?
I kind of started watching it when because when he started to do that whole demon thing, I went back and started watching some of his old stuff.
Okay,
yeah, he can work.
And crowd was wiped out. I have here.
Yeah,
they were lukewarm, like you said, but I don't think they really gave a shit. They blew their load with that Punk match.
Yes, you were fucked. The next few matches after the opener, because that was so good. These couldn't come close.
What else do you have in your notes for this one?
It got better at the end, and I put Priest legit looks like a superstar to me.
He does. He's got a good look. Definitely has a good look. They keep busting his balls, calling him the metrosexual Undertaker or something like that.
Yeah,
did you hear about that online?
Yeah, I heard about it. I think they could announce his weight a little bit higher too, in my opinion.
What did they announce him at?
245-ish.
Yeah, no, he's tall. No, they could.
Yeah, he could 265. Yeah.
I just wrote, I want this to be over. So predictable. Damian Priest is going to win. Carlito, JD come out to interfere. The Judgment Day bros. I said Damian Priest kicks out of Balor's finish. Again, another unprotected finish in this show.
Yeah.
And then, Balor ends up looking up at the lights. Priest goes over. I don't think anybody really gives a shit.
No.
I mean, where does Damian Priest go from here? He was just the world champion. And now, okay, the next logical thing was feud with Finn because he was, the leader of your little group or whatever. But now where does he go from here?
Yeah, good point. No idea.
So we'll see what WWE has in store for Damian Priest. Next up, I have Triple H comes out talking about crown jewels, a crown jewel belt. Cody is going to face Gunther if Gunther and Cody are still the world champions at the time. And the same thing is going to happen with the women. So I guess Liv Morgan is going to wrestle Nia Jax. And I said Gunther comes out and he starts trolling Goldberg. Goldberg gets up and he comes out and I thought Goldberg was going to fight off all those little
I was waiting for it. And I'll go over my notes when you finish yours. I just
have here that Sammy, it looks better written down, but it's spelled Sami Zayn, Zayn. I wrote Sammy Gain, like for gay, but I guess it really doesn't.
I wrote Samantha Zayn.
Yeah. He's such a prick. I wish he was El Generico again. Like, just go under a mask. Let me pretend that I don't know who you are and see your ugly face. But yeah, so Goldberg comes out. Goldberg actually got a pretty big pop, just because I'm pretty sure he was in Atlanta, which is
they were in Atlanta. Yeah.
But outside of that, towards the end, anytime that they would bring Goldberg out, the crowd just kind of like moaned, like, "Oh, fuck this guy
not
again."
here. They knew where they were.
So, go ahead. What were your notes?
I put Triple H big pop. Talking about the crown jewel and a crown jewel championship, no pop whatsoever.
No, nobody cares.
No one cared about that. I thought the Gunther's great on a promo. He's pretty damn good. I like Gunther.
He is good.
It was
the condescending heel.
Yeah, he's great. Dressed nice, dressed all up, looks like a heel. I said I liked the segment until Samantha Zayn attacked Gunther, that prick.
So unbelievable. But they're going to give Gunther his win back because they're not going to give Sammy the belt.
Good.
Especially not the world title. Next up, Liv porn star Morgan. So hot.
Yes.
With Dominic. They're in a little lowrider and driving around. And you actually saw the botch. You saw the botch when I guess Dominic was supposed to already start driving, and then the production guy ran over. He was like, "You're good, you're good, you're good."
Did you see when she got out of the car, she straddled him?
I did see that.
Oh, I hit pause for about 10 minutes and took a break. Go ahead.
I think they because Dominic recently got married. And that's got to be like a weird position for, a new bride. Like, I know it's showbiz and it's entertainment. They're really not in a relationship. But dude, you know how many times that actors and actresses have had to do shit like that and it's ruined ruined marriages?
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen with the person I do my acting with.
Yeah.
All right. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Wow. So,
go ahead.
So yeah, it just said Dom is so lucky that because they're not doing. I think in the beginning they were doing like a peck on the lips, and I think they put a stop to that because now like he's kissing her forehead, and they're doing like the Eskimo kisses shit now. I think maybe Dom's wife is like, "Hey, bro, do you really need to be kissing this chick every week on TV?"
I mean, they're still human beings. There is emotions there.
So, of course.
Yeah.
Rhea comes out. She's hot, but not Liv hot.
No.
Something about, I don't know. She's too like gothy emo with the septum piercing. A chick can go from a perfect 10 to a 3 real quick if she's got her septum pierced. I find that so disgusting.
You don't like those. I mean, I kind of have the same notes you have. I put Liv looking fire, slutty, porno hot.
Yep.
Did you hear the subtle shout out to Buddy Matthews from Corey Graves?
No.
They were talking about how Dom broke Rhea's heart.
Yeah.
And Corey Graves, well, maybe someday you'll find a guy more bigger and jacked. Maybe he'll be Australian someday.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of a shoot out the obvious, like meet a guy you'll marry who has more muscle like you and is even from Australia.
Yeah.
It's obviously a shout out to Buddy Matthews.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I said Liv is working the leg. I'm so distracted just staring at both of their asses. I said Rhea's ass is there was a bump that Rhea took where she fell on her side and her ass just jiggled. It was like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, there was a shot and then Liv kind of started shaking her hips, but right before that, they really zoomed in on that ass. Woo!
Yes, so great.
And I put Rhea works like a guy, and that's a compliment. And if you know what I mean.
Yeah, she's a good good worker.
She's good.
They're both good workers.
Yeah.
Dominic was getting more heat than the match, being up in the cage. The crowd was chanting "F you, Dom."
Oh yeah.
That. There were a few botches, but they recovered well. They're both, Liv and Rhea are both professional. They covered up their botches pretty good. I said Dom falls out of the cage. He's sitting there hanging there. And, this made zero sense to me when Rhea goes up to the referee.
Yeah,
I'm going to come back and beat her up, but I have to go do some unfinished business. And the referee is like, understandable.
You deserve it. Yeah, I put no count out question mark.
Exactly. Where's the count
come on.
out,
you know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
AEW shit.
Oh yeah.
That was dumb. That was stupid.
Yeah. So she starts beating Dom up with the kendo stick. She was whipping the shit out of him.
She was laying into him.
And as he was spinning around, he was like facing her, and she did like this little love tap. But then he spun back more, and she started whipping him again.
That was pretty good. She let him have it.
Yeah, and Raquel Rodriguez comes out, interferes, and the crowd goes mild. And Liv Morgan wins, and the chick Raquel Rodriguez, she's got zero boobs, and she was wearing something that covered, I don't know, whatever she was wearing did not do her any favors. She's a pretty chick, and I think she's got a pretty big butt, but I don't know. I wasn't too into that unflattering top.
I didn't really notice that part, her breasts, because I'm more focused on the match and the action than what they look like.
Of course, yeah, sure.
But yeah.
Except for if Wheeler Yudah's out there, then you pay attention.
I don't care for him.
Yeah, not really much to say with this match. I kind of figured that if they're going to give Rhea the title back, they're going to give Rhea the title back probably at a bigger pay-per-view and not Bad Blood. They'll probably wait for either a Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Survivor Series to get
but they made this thing look like WrestleMania with all the bells and whistles at the end. Yeah. Jesus.
So crazy. All right, so now we're up to the main event.
Yep.
I have a whole page of main event notes.
I got a half a page actually, because I was trying to concentrate more than take notes. But go ahead.
I told you that just the entrances alone were going to be 20 freaking minutes.
Yep.
I mean, they had the marching band out, which I thought was so stupid.
I put not crazy about Cody's entrance band.
Not at all. Not at all. So Solo and Jacob come out. And I've just put in my notes here, I said, must be a dream for him to be, I mean, he's been in WWE for 3 months now, maybe not even. And he's already been in 2 main events on pay-per-views.
And
I'm pretty sure he was in a main.
He was in a couple, but there was talks that he would never, ever get there because of his past. So.
Right. But
Thank God they brought him. He's awesome.
I can't wait for him to start having singles matches, because that's when you'll see him shine. These tag team matches, like, I get it what they're doing.
He did a couple things here. I highlighted some moves he did.
Yeah. So I have here marching band equals GAY. I said when the marching band was all surrounded ringside with whatever the little instruments they had, I said, I wish Fatu would go out there and beat them all up.
That'd have been great.
I said Cody's pop is the pop that Britt Baker wished she got when she was in Pittsburgh, because she got some little mild pop when the announcer, when I think it was Samantha Irvin, when she said from Atlanta, Georgia, then they popped. I think they kind of forgot that he was from Georgia.
Yeah, I'm sick of Cody. Maybe they're getting tired of him too.
I think the crowd is starting
a little bit. They were more into Roman Reigns than they were Cody Rhodes. I can guarantee you that.
And in his hometown, too.
Yes. Well, Roman spent a lot of time there, but yeah, you're right.
So I have Roman comes out, and I said Roman has been hitting the Ozempic again. He is shredded wheat.
Dude, he is shredded. He has abs.
Yep.
He doesn't weigh 265 anymore, because that's what he used to be listed at.
Yeah.
He is lean. His face is trim.
His face, he's so chiseled. Look at pictures of him from 10 years ago. He looks like a different person.
He's just chiseled. He's got a Hollywood physique, because he's probably been doing movies, but he looks good.
I said, he's so jacked and handsome. I'm over here putting him over. I think I'm going to beat my meat to Roman Reigns tonight, maybe.
If you could be with Roman Reigns or Nia Jax, who would it be, Robert?
Oh, shit. Give me an hour to think about that. I said, this is taking forever to start. I said, Cody's hometown, Roman is more over.
Yep.
They wanted Roman to start the match, but Cody was like, they did the whole thing. Again, once the bell rings and they're in the ring, it still took another 8 minutes to start.
Yeah, I put
like,
slow.
who's gonna start? Yeah. Who's going to whatever. I just said they're teasing a Jacob and Roman interaction, which is going to be another big match that they'll have at some point. Maybe not a big pay-per-view right away, but they'll get in there. There'll be a singles match, and it'll be a main event somewhere. It's like Cody got the hot tag. They're not letting Fatu shine early in the match. He was doing like very basic things. More towards the end of the match, he started pulling out some of his specialty moves that he does, that double jump moonsault.
Yes, that was that was awesome.
Yeah, I said 30 minutes in, Fatu hits the double jump moonsault. Cody off the top rope puts Jacob Fatu through the table.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty good move. He kind of gave a little salute to Roman that was laying there. He's like, "This is for you, big guy." I said, "I got your back."
That was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that. I think it was pretty cool.
Basic match, very slow, very traditional match, punches and kicks. A lot of that where Roman and Cody are sitting in the corner, and they come and they run the length of the ring, and they do that ass bump.
Yeah.
Running 100 miles an hour. I don't know how the hell they don't break someone's jaw with that, but I guess their heads are back.
Oh, yeah. When they run in, I don't know.
They run into the turnbuckle.
It looks real every time I see it. Like,
it does.
Whiplash and everything else. Yeah.
Exactly. I think the secret sauce to that is the way that they hit their upper back to the top turnbuckle, and they really don't even hit anywhere near the middle turnbuckle where the guy's head is. I think that's how they do it to make it look so believable. Bloodline comes out. You knew they were going to come out and interfere in the match and do some distraction. Jimmy Uso comes out. The crowd started yelling yeet. I think they thought it was Jay Uso because they were like yeet, yeet, yeet.
Yeah.
The whole crowd was going crazy. And then boom, he takes off the hood, takes off the bandana, and it's Jimmy Uso who's back for, I think they said April was the last time that he was on WWE TV when Tama Tonga came and took him out. So that was 6 months ago. And so Jimmy super kicks, helps them out, and I said the Bloodline they win the match. Obviously, am I skipping something here?
No, right, yeah. Well, the Bloodline didn't win the match. Cody Rhodes,
right? Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. They win with a spear
and pin on Solo, not Fatu.
Correct. Yeah, they're not going to pin Fatu for a long time.
I thought Cody got too much offense on him early. My opinion. But he's a badass. I like him.
Yeah, wait till he. I mean, he could probably even do it to Cody and probably Roman now that Roman's not that heavy. He does this move where he does this pop-up Samoan drop. He like whips you into the ropes, and then he like throws you up in the air and catches you like this, and like in a torture rack, and then falls back for the Samoan drop. But he throws these dudes like way up. I remember Darby Allin one time. He threw him up into the freaking lights and caught him and smashed him. But yeah, so Roman Reigns spears Solo, pin 1, 2, 3. Roman and Cody, they tease that they're going to do a little handshake. Jimmy's in the ring. He's like, come on, man, give him some love. And Roman just leaves. They're halfway down the ramp. Here comes the Bloodline back again, beating up on Cody. And then Jimmy is like, come on, bro. You said that you were going to have this dude's back. What's going on, man? Come on, let's get. Roman's like, it was a one-time thing, bro.
Yep.
He's like, come on, man. So they hit the ring. They clear out whatever. and Roman gives Cody the belt back. And then, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, The Rock comes out, takes 2 steps out. He's got some belt over his shoulder. I don't even know what the hell belt that was.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. Did he win a belt? He didn't win a belt.
I don't think so. What the fuck is that? I was getting ready to ask you.
Well, that'll probably be explained on SmackDown next week.
Either that or we're stupid. We don't know what it is.
Yeah. So he comes out and from what it looked like, because I know that they have War Games coming or Survivor Series coming up in November. Every November is next month's pay-per-view is Survivor Series.
Oh, geez.
I'm pretty sure that they're going to do a Rogue Bloodline, Solo, Fatu, and the Tongans versus Roman, Jimmy Uso, now that he's back in the fold, Cody, and Rock, because Rock put the 1, 2, 3, and then he wrote, he put the 4 up.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that
and
meant.
Then he left. I'm pretty sure he's trying to say, I'll be the 4th man against the Rogue Bloodline in Survivor Series. That's my thought. I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought they were going to do more of a, Jay Uso comes back and Sami Zayn. So it would be Roman, Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy, just to get the nostalgia feels back. Because, the Bloodline angle really popped off when Sami Zayn was part of it.
He was funny in that. That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
That's before he got on my bad side.
But now it doesn't look like, unless they're going to go Cody and Roman for the title and build up a program between them two again, who's going to challenge Cody for the belt? Cody doesn't really have anything to do, but still somehow be involved in this Bloodline angle.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you know Roman's going to, or The Rock's going to be with those guys?
Because
to the other side.
No, because they already have 4. Roman needs a 4th.
I got you.
And, again, something could happen where The Rock, or maybe that's where Cody turns heel it could happen.
They got a lot of stuff they can do. They set stuff up.
Just imagine this. It's the Rogue Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga Tongaloa against Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Cody Rhodes, and The Rock. Okay, that's the 4 on 4. Okay?
I got you.
Somehow, some way, Cody turns on Roman because they both can't keep getting cheered. The crowd is going to turn on one, and Roman is so freaking over, bro.
Yeah, oh, dude. And Cody has heat with The Rock also.
Cody's got heat with The Rock. They either, it would make more sense in my brain if Cody turned, because Cody's a bad guy anyway. We talked about this already.
Yes, he is.
Cody turns on Roman just as they're about to win the match. Cody turns on Roman, and then Jay comes out to make the save, and then the original Bloodline is back together again. So you have both the Usos and Roman together. Paul Heyman will come out somewhere. He'll come back.
I think he's on the verge of coming back from what I was hearing also. So
yeah, you should. All right. These are our little hypotheticals here. Play booker. I was a booker in our backyard wrestling federation, so I have a little experience in booking. I always put myself over.
Well, I know.
I was the commissioner and the booker.
You're like the Young Bucks.
I am. All right. That was it. Anything that I missed? I thought this show was really, really good. Again, AEW, take notes. You don't need 16 24-minute matches on your pay-per-views. This had what, 6 matches? 1, 2. Yeah. The CM Punk, the Bailey Nia Jax, the Balor Priest, Liv Morgan. No, they had 5 matches.
Yes.
Those 5 matches on the pay-per-view. And they all got a good amount of time, because they were all built up feuds for the most part. I don't know how much the Bailey Nia Jax feud was built up, but all the other matches on the show looked like they were they've been built up for a while and people were invested.
Yeah, they were good. And quite honestly, there's an AEW pay-per-view next Saturday.
Yeah.
We haven't done one yet. I don't know if I can sit there and take notes for 4.5 fucking hours.
No, it's going to be hard, dude. It's going to be hard.
That's a game time decision on that one.
Maybe instead of doing like a review like that, we'll just write the matches down, and maybe we could do a live stream with like, we could invite some Patreon bros and we'll just like do a round table and discuss the matches and not really worry about notes and going over spot by spot, kind of like we do now. Just a thought.
I'm in.
Right.
Or do the main event or something, or review.
Yeah, we could figure it out. All right, that's been episode. This has been the Bad Blood review for 2024 WWE PLE. For Zach G, I'm Robert Frank, signing out. See you next time. Peace.